Nature's best, Bobtail.
Jy is ingeskakel by jou gunsteling oggendprogram Expresso net hier op SABC3. Nou, een van die moeilike dinge wat ek vind wanneer dit kom by jou honde leer is hoe leer jy hulle om te bly of te stay soos hulle sê. Ek kan dit net nie reg kry nie. Maar gelukkig vir ons is Karis Bryen, ons dieregedragskundige hier vanoggend om ons te wys presies hoe word dit gedoen tesame met Bob. Karis, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm super, thanks. How are you?
Good. Nice to have you. So this is a very interesting thing. You know, how to teach your dog to stay. I can't get it right. I don't know how they do it. So what is it that we do wrong, so that we don't get our dogs to stay? Because I want to stay like in the movies, you know?
Yeah,
they sit there for hours.
Everyone looks like the movies, dogs or people.
Yeah.
Look, the main reason dogs don't do a sit-stay is that teaching a dog to sit and teaching them to stay are two separate things. And people don't understand that. So once your dog knows how to sit, then as a different command, we're going to teach him how to stay.
Okay.
So the first thing to understand is when you tell a dog to stay, in order for it to be clear to the dog, you have to tell them when the stay is finished.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they don't know. Then the dogs will usually sit there until they feel like getting up. That's the first mistake.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to work on with Bob this morning is using the word break, which means, okay, the stay is finished now, boy, okay?
All right.
So,
cool.
Bob, come. So when you want to start to teach a dog to stay, because it takes discipline, it's difficult for dogs to hold still, especially puppies.
It's a tough trick.
It is.
It's a tough trick.
It's like trying getting a kid to sit still, trying to get me to sit still. It's difficult. So what I'm going to work with Bob on now is having him stay while I move a little bit. Because normally, when you move, your dog wants to follow you.
Move,
okay? So we have to break that habit first of all. So what I'm going to ask Bob to do, Bob, is sit. And then I'm going to hold my hand up flat and say stay. And move just a little bit. Stay. And then I'm going to give him a treat. So I've just gone very gently. They're moved.
Wow.
And then I'm going to say, this is important, break. And now he gets up, and now he can move a little bit and play with a toy. That's it. So there's a contrast. Squeaky.
Go, boy.
There's a contrast between sitting still and movement, okay?
Okay, so run us through that one again. Let's see.
So we're going to say, Bob, sit. Sit. Stay. Oh, he's overachieving, he's waving. Bob, stay. And I'm just dancing, I'm moving a little bit. So he understands that when I'm saying stay, even if I move, he does not. Okay, that's the first step. And then as he's sitting there a bit, then I'm going to say break, which he understands he can move, and then give him something to physically chase or a treat. Yeah. Okay, so that there's a difference between holding still and not moving.
So obviously, as you get better with it, you know that pausing, staying moment can get longer and longer and longer before you give the break command.
Absolutely, and you should start with like 3 seconds, and you go to 5 seconds, and you go to 10 seconds, and practice in different areas. A lot of dogs are fantastic in the kitchen. And you go to the park, you go anywhere else, and they're like, woo, because people don't practice anywhere except the kitchen.
Mix it up.
Mix it up, absolutely.
Is there a difference when it comes to puppies? I mean, when is the earliest you can start teaching
You can
your dog
start
to
from the
stay?
first. From 8 weeks, you can start. The only difference is you just keep the lessons very short and very sweet.
Attention span.
Attention span,
yes. And hence Bobby, you know, is already so good because he had a lot of attention when he was younger.
He did.
And when it comes to older dogs, I mean, is it difficult? Can you teach an old dogs, well, new tricks, I suppose?
Yes, you can. Older dogs have much more of an attention span. You also have to start small just to teach them how to learn.
Okay.
But I love teaching older dogs. Teaching older dogs from the shelter especially is so rewarding and fantastic. They love it, absolutely.
Perfect. Karis, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Bobby, you were brilliant having a stretch.
Having a stretch, yoga
What a
dogs.
legend, eh? Bobby, there you go, Karis. Thank you so much. So there we go, guys. That is how you teach your dog to stay. But right now, stay where you are. It's time for the Express.
Nature's best, Bobtail. Stay with Expresso and SABC3.